Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. It is a Friday for those of you who wake up confused about where you are and what you're doing, the way I do. Have a couple things going on today. Good morning. Hi. Yes. Brooding Ananas. Moon, you guys are all here. You're all here. I added the song from yesterday onto the playlist for today. We got some other things. If it starts repeating, just let me know in the chat and I'll fix it. I'll put some more songs on there. We're going to start off with something fun. We got RenForShort on the Zoom, on the line. Lauren, hi. Are you there? Hi.
Thank you for having me.
Happy to have you. This is our first, I'd say this is our first official interview here on the stream. Yeah. I've talked to people, I've done Zooms. I've talked to people on the phone and I'm using my phone and holding it up to the thing and talking like this. So this is a much more, it's more civilized kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where are you calling from? It looks very domestic.
Toronto, in my parents' living room.
What's your parents' house like? I see art on the wall.
It's like an old woman's home. There's a lot of crazy art everywhere.
There's crazy art. What kind of art? What's your mom's art style like? What's she into? Do you know?
It's kind of she likes it. There's a lot of impressionism kind of pieces in her house, very. I'm looking at 3, 4 right now.
Well, the one on the wall behind you, the green and white one, is very. Oh, at first I thought it was just fields of color, and then now I'm realizing it's a landscape thing.
Yeah, it's a very blurry landscape.
Okay.
Yeah, just a bunch of crazy stuff in this house.
Are you? Okay, here's a question that I think came up. I don't know if this came up in the chat here on this channel or if it was some other conversation. Did you have a college plan, or do you have what are you gonna do? Because your music career is happening and you're not done with high school. Yeah. So what's the plan?
Well, I still applied to universities because my father was very adamant on that. I got accepted to all of the schools I applied to, and I just accepted U of T for fun. I'm not going. It was kind of just
That's University of Toronto, not University of Texas.
Yes, University of Toronto.
Okay.
And I'm not going. I'm planning on moving out to LA next year and then spending some time there. But somehow doing a remote course online or something just to pass time when there's not much to do next year at the beginning of this year because of what's happening in the world.
This is such a funny. How funny will it be? You look like a very put together. Are you a good student? I
get good grades. I work really hard in school.
That is that was not a confident answer, Lauren. That was not confident.
School is very important in my household, so it's very important for me.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, a lot of competition.
Okay. The reason I ask is because I remember what the difference. Many people know this. When I was 16, going into 17, I was kind of a little nightmare. I've apologized to my parents many times for what a little jerk I was, and at sometime going into college, like going into senior year, I figured it out and realized, oh my God, I'm like, my grades are okay. That was the thing, is I had good grades, but I was still just an asshole. And so my parents were like, hey, you're going on the wrong path here. And I always wanted to be an artist, like a painter, and do illustration and drawing and things like that. So I didn't really, for a long time, I didn't really care about what was happening outside of school. Like, I'm getting good grades. It kind of doesn't matter anyway. So I'm going to go drink with my friends and whatever, even though the drinking age here is 21. And they're all starting to like do like heavier drugs and stuff and like steal shit. And I realized, okay, this is a mess. So I made some really big life decisions at 17 about like friends, about sobriety, which I wasn't like sober, but I wasn't for a period of time. I think over a year, I didn't like drink at all or do any drugs or anything, just to like separate myself from all of that. You are that age. You've got these songs that are like starting to blow up on streaming services. You've got, everything that comes with that, the label and management and whatever, putting these things out. Are your parents helping? Are they involved with managing you at all?
Yeah, my mom is like she's very good at being on my back because I am very forgetful and lazy, and I need a push, and she's very good at that, very good at that. And my dad sometimes comes in and is like, hey, you should do this and this would be cool, but not as much as my mom.
He's like, I'm trying to think of what's the most dad thing to suggest you do that you don't do. Hey, you should do one of those popular TikTok videos. You should do some TikTok dance. Can you make a meme?
Yeah. No, that's it. He loves Reddit. Like, you have to get on Reddit. It's Reddit. I love Reddit, but like, I don't know what I'm gonna post on Reddit.
That's like people are telling me, because I've got this channel, they're telling me like, you need to get a Discord. I'm like, Discord's great I just don't get why I should do it at this point. And maybe your dad's right about Reddit. Yeah. I wouldn't know. I'm not big on Reddit. The only time I ever go down a Reddit like rabbit hole is when there's some crazy never conspiracy stuff. There's so much every time I go on there, I feel like I'm looking up something like real like information about something, and then I end up on a conspiracy page, and I'm just like, this is why I can't be on Reddit.
No, you get very far down and you question everything, which is kind of scary, but I like the art and the memes. So
art and memes. Okay, that's what Reddit's good for. True.
Yeah.
But I feel like I can get those on Instagram, so I don't need...
No, exactly. That's the thing. Everything's just stolen from Reddit anyway.
Stolen from Reddit, put on Instagram.
Instagram's a lazy Reddit.
So so let's say that you decide to balance your music career and still do like university, like college stuff. What is your major? What would your major be?
My major would, if hypothetically in a hypothetical world, if I went to university, it would probably be art history or European history.
Really? Art history? They made me do art history in school.
Really?
I was so, because I was an illustration major, so you have to do, that's like a prerequisite. You have to do, it's a mandatory, what do they call that? It's mandatory class. And I had to do a lot of art history, and history's not a good subject for me, so I have real trouble keeping things in order. Yeah. Like when they happened in history and who did what and everything. I was always so bad at history.
It's really confusing.
Oh, I'm so bad at that. I was so bad.
I still have problems with that too. So.
How did you get interested in art history? Is it the amazing paintings on the wall in your living room?
Well, it's more like my parents, when we were younger, used to take us to the art gallery like every weekend.
Is there a good one near where you live?
Yeah, the AGO in Toronto. It's like, it's an affiliate with like I think the Guggenheim and like all of the big art galleries around the world. So it's like the major gallery here, and there's also the McMichael Gallery, which has a lot of Canadian artists, which is like the Group of Seven, and like there's like, I don't know, I never really went to McMichael. I went once, but at the AGO they have all the exhibits that come through that are like around the world and whatever. So
do you have siblings?
Yeah, I have 3 brothers.
Nice.
So yeah.
What are they like?
They're
give me like one sentence about each.
Okay.
That's gonna be very hard. I know it's hard. People do this to me all the time, and I'm like, oh great. What's the meaning of life in one sentence?
Yeah. This is actually fun. My oldest brother is very smart, which is a threat to me. That's period 1. It's like brilliant. My second brother has middle child syndrome.
Nice.
As well as I. And my little brother is just a sweet little boy who's a little obsessed with video games.
Is the middle brother older or younger than you?
Older. He's like a year and a bit older than me. So we're like both very stuck in middle child world.
We don't have a middle child situation. I only have one brother, and he's younger. Yeah. So I don't know what that is like. All I know, my brother isn't even a good like competitive younger brother. He's just more handsome and smarter than me. So it's just like, okay, like I'm supposed to be like the older alpha brother. He's like, he's smarter and more.
That's why I'm so happy I don't have sisters, because it would be like.
I'm looking. Hey guys in the chat, go ahead and post if you guys have questions for Lauren. Go ahead and post those, and I'll kind of try and I have to look. If I'm looking over here, it's because that's where the questions are. While we go, they're gonna throw out blue hair. Are you talking to me or her with the blue hair? I used to have. Have you ever seen pictures of me with colored hair?
No. I think I need to.
It's a vibe. In the beginning of the band, I was actually known for the very beginning of the band. I had bright like redder, as red as your shirt hair, and then that transitioned into blue, and that transitioned into a whole bunch of colors, and then I just went black and then shaved it off. Clown hair. Lincoln Burt 84 calls it clown hair. How dare you, ma'am? How dare you? Yeah, no, it's not it was, I don't hate it. Like, I feel like it was a thing. The reason I was doing it because I wanted attention. Let's be honest. But then Chester started like dyeing his hair too. And it was like, okay, well then now we're both like vying for attention. Now we're like competing with each other for it. That's not going to work. I'm not hating on the hair. People in the chat are like, you're hating on the hair. I'm certainly not hating on her hair. Her hair looks good. Wait, how are you in quarantine? Are you quarantining?
Me?
Yes.
Of course.
Okay, so you're quarantining. So did you dye your own hair?
Yeah. Well, my friend did this for me.
Okay.
Right before it started, I got my hair like bleached. I got bleached highlights and then like dyed pink. And then after that, it started to fade and turned like this ugly green, and my hair was a mess.
I like the faded ugly colors. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
My hair, like I have Japanese hair, and because my dad's Japanese, I have Japanese hair, and so when you bleach it, you can bleach it like 3 times, and it'll just be orange. It'll be like it'll be like almost like nuclear looking, like it's radioactive.
Yeah. Well, I have naturally black hair, like jet black hair, and it's the same thing with me. It was like they bleached it like 4 times and it was still like orange, and they couldn't lift it any lighter. So I was like, I don't know what you want me to do.
There was a point when I just went with the orange. That was also a vibe. It was very it would have looked better if a professional had done it, but we were always on the road, and I was like always doing my own hair. And in fact, the other guys were like, well, just cut my hair too. So I started cutting my hair and other guys in the band's hair. So we always looked crazy. I mean, it looked.
You can do it all.
Yeah, not really. No.
You can try.
I can try it all. Okay, so question. Wait, you guys are just talking about hair in the chat. Lauren, okay. The question from the dangerous ant asks, what are your biggest musical influences? Like what styles, where did you get, I saw a different version of this question, which was, how did you arrive at your style of music?
It's a really good question. Say I have my musical influence is weird because I have like a part of like songwriting. So I have like different artists for songwriting and like different artists for like the sonic part, like this like.
Yeah, totally. I get that.
You know what I mean?
Like these references are for like how to write a song, but these references are for like
exactly.
how it should sound.
So I say, and like, your music doesn't sound like this person. I'm like, well, it's because their style of writing and the way they write is exquisite. So
who's a great songwriter or lyric writer for you, or a couple of them?
Yeah, I'd say Bob Dylan, obviously, because it's Bob.
Wait, who's that?
He's like a guy.
He's a guy did he write music? Did he write songs?
Yes.
Anyway, go ahead. So. I'm just kidding.
I think he did. And Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix is like both lyrically and sonically. I really love him. We have basically a shrine to him in my living room. Kind of a fan fave.
Amazing.
But yeah, those are like, there's so many, like I can't even, there's so many.
What about the music style?
Because
I think that the choice to like go more rock in your music is like, I use that in very loose air quotes.
Yeah.
It's the inclusion of like a dirty guitar and the live drums, but the live drums are kind of like, it's live drum sounds, but they're affected and cut up and stuff. So
yeah.
Are you going to continue doing that in your music, or was that just for a couple of the things you've done so far?
I think I'm going to keep doing that. Well, yeah, the plan is to keep doing that in my music because I really like that style, the more like kind of grungy rock vibe, I think is very cool. I started doing like different things in the beginning, which was like more like, how do I explain it? Like kind of more jazzy. It was never like poppy, but I realized like the sound that I really like and like what I listen to and what I enjoy writing is like more angsty pop and like guitar forward, like kind of like with a little bit of a grunge aspect.
Do you listen to have you listened to grunge? What kind of things like that influence that part of your music?
Yeah, well, I grew up really into Nirvana. My parents would play Nirvana for me all the time and be like, oh, these are like basically the pioneers of grunge music. Like they made it really big in the 90s. So like that was like a very big band for me. And also like the Chili Peppers, they're not grunge, but like they're more obviously rocky. Also like grew up listening to them. It's kind of what my parents put on their playlists, and like from then on like kind of finding stuff on my own and finding similar sounds to that. And that's really what influenced me. It's because it's like kind of like a form of nostalgia for me. I don't know how to explain. It's very nostalgic to me. So I like really like,
Yeah, and Chili Peppers in particular have gone, they have a lot of different styles, right? So that's always I'm sure, like, was there an era of Chili Peppers that did you just listen to certain songs, or were there albums that you liked?
I've my favorite album is Blood Sugar Sex Magic, but there's like I know like a bunch of songs. Like I think I know almost all of their songs somehow. Because yeah, there are, it's like funky, it's rocky, it's like they go back and forth all the time. But
do you play what, I know you play piano, right?
I play the piano a little bit. Oh. I'm better at the guitar, and
guitar,
I play the bass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you play Chili Peppers on guitar?
I can play Chili Peppers on the bass, but I'm sure I could like.
What's the first song you learned all the way through on guitar?
Simple as This by Jake Bugg.
All right. What's the most embarrassing song that you've ever? What's your favorite song that's super embarrassing?
Oh, probably. I don't know why I find this embarrassing, but Rasputin.
Wait, who's that?
Rasputin.
What is
Russia's
that?
Greatest Love Machine.
Okay.
I play it. It's my guilty pleasure.
All right. I thought it was gonna be, for some reason I thought it was gonna be some like, I don't know, like Blackpink or something like mega pop.
No, I don't know. I feel like maybe that wasn't the right answer, but
no. There is no wrong answer. There's no wrong answer. You guys in the chat, you don't have questions. All they're doing, you can't see the chat, can you?
Yeah.
You can't see it. All they're doing is making fun of me. They're making fun of, because since I don't do, we haven't done I haven't done interviews. I've done interviews, to be clear. I've done interviews. In fact, I've taken over interviews that were going badly and just started interviewing my band because the interviewers sucked.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, your interview skills are like.
This is just me being comfortable, and also being in control that somebody else isn't telling me, hey, wrap it up, dude, this sucks, like you're being an idiot.
Yeah.
But yes, the fans are only here. Here's everybody's role. My role is to be here and like press all the buttons and make sure the stream works, right? Your job is to have the spotlight on you and be the special artist, the magical presence that we are blessed with here. And the fans' job is just to make fun of me, apparently. That's all we're doing.
Guys,
you know what you need to do? You need to calm down. That's what you need. We had this whole thing the other day about the worst thing you can say to anybody if they're upset. The one thing that will make them more upset more than anything else is telling them to calm down. And if you really want to up the ante, you can say, you know what you need to do? That makes you think of a question. Is there a thing that almost like unique to you, bothers you, makes you more upset than other people? Or like, what's the thing? What's your button? If somebody pushes this button, it's your pet peeve. You're just like, oh my God, that drives me crazy. I hate that more than for me. I'll give you an example so you can think. One of my things was people who consistently mispronounced certain words. And I think it started when my art teacher in high school would do, every Halloween, she would do Halloween projects and give us examples of things that we could do. Like we could draw a ghost, or maybe a vampire, or maybe a werewolf. And she said werewolf every time. And I don't know why. In the beginning, it made me kind of laugh, but after a while, I was just like, is no one gonna tell her?
That's so weird.
I don't know why that was it made me crazy. What's your pet peeve?
Oh my God, I have so many. That's the problem.
You have so many, like you just hate everything. You hate so many things.
There's a lot of things that like bother me a little bit. So I get like bothered a little bit by a lot of things. One thing that's really annoying to me, which is kind of silly, but it makes sense when you're driving on the highway and people don't signal and swerve through, like switch lane,
totally.
Stopping in the lane.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, it's the worst.
I don't know if that's just me, but that bothers me because I'm like, you're not the king or queen of this road. So control yourself, turn your signals on for the safety of others and yourself, and do not swerve through a highway.
What I think if you hate that, then you probably really get upset when you see people walking around with no masks on, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
When
those two things probably go together. If somebody not signaling to turn lanes makes you mad, then
yeah.
obviously.
Oh yeah, that was so. And when people have been starting, because I'm in grade 12 and I was going off to university next year, and people are having like parties. I'm like, you guys are not cool. Like that's not a good thing to do. It doesn't make, like, you'll see each other later on in life. It doesn't matter. You guys probably aren't even gonna be friends next year. Like chill. You're putting everyone else's life in danger. Like,
oh my God.
Hello.
That was a well, I mean, there's what did we call? I think somebody, like, there's a phrase for this now that I just saw this week. It's almost like give a shit fatigue. Like people are just, they were so worried for so long, and they're like, I'm tired of being worried. Just now, I can't do it. Like, I just want to go outside with no mask on.
Yeah,
but
like
but there are all these people who have, like, you know, compromised immune systems, and they're like my wife's dad. She just saw her dad, and his lungs and his breathing are so bad that wearing the mask, actually, he can't do that because he starts to actually suffocate. So imagine what'll happen if he actually gets COVID. Like,
oh yeah, no,
super bad. So, like, we gotta watch out for that guy.
Yeah, exactly. And people have to, like, gosh, it's not just like you, the single person, that is important. Like, it's not about you. It's how easy it can transmit, and like what you're the risk you're putting other people in. Crazy.
Look, it's just really, I'm just tired of my freedoms being compromised by all these lies about science and health. And I just don't want to wear a mask. It's such an inconvenience. So I'm not going to do it.
It truly is.
Okay. We got to wrap it up. You've been with us. You've been very generous with your time. The song's great. I love the song. Thank you for letting me mess with it. You guys, please go stream the song. Lauren is, there's all these other releases and all these big artists dominating the new releases page. You know, Haim's got a new song out, and Blackpink and Megan Thee Stallion and all this. So you got to get out there and stream RenForShort and my remix of her song to get it on the radar. Thank you for your support. Lauren, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you so much.
Oh yeah, Grandson too. By the way, when you come out to LA, you have to meet Grandson. I think stylistically, like, you guys have to meet. You have to meet Grandson.
I love Grandson.
I gotta introduce you. Anything else they need to know about you before you go?
I have a new song with Mike.
Where can they find you on socials?
RenForShort on all my socials, except for TikTok. It's RenForShort_, and it's my best platform. So
TikTok is your biggest platform, and
no, it's not my biggest, but my humor is
okay.
Unmatched.
Your humor meaning your trick shots and your TikTok dances.
Yeah.
Just trick shots and TikTok dances the whole time, right?
Exactly.
Yes. Amazing. Okay, you guys. Lauren, thank you for joining us. Everybody else, thanks for watching. I'm gonna jump into switch into the iPad and do some drawing today. And first I gotta hang up this Zoom. Thanks, Lauren. Bye.
Bye, thank you.
This is a new thing to do the Zoom and then the drawing, and it's gonna take me a second to figure it out, but we got it. She's very sweet, huh? She's great, and she's like really like. When I will be honest, I heard the song. They reached out to me. They were like, "Will you remix this song?" We heard you and Lauren had shot like 3 or 4 messages back and forth on Instagram. Like I was like, "Hey, nice," you know. I think she had reached out, be like, "Thanks for including me on your playlist." I was like, "No problem. I love the song." Like, you know, do you have more music? Are you looking for other, you know, production and writing, whatever? And so her manager, they all reached out about the remix thing, and then I was like, "Wait a minute, this person is like 17." Like, she's probably just like a, you know, child. And I was concerned, first and foremost, I was like, I don't want to like waste my time working with some immature kid who's like not going to take things seriously or whatever. And, you know, lo and behold, she's like she's a very like talented and put together artist. So that's good. Sorry, I got very distracted by the music. All right, so we've got some. I'm going to be doing some fan request drawings today, of course. Oh God, here we go. I'm still trying to get my iPad to read on the screen here. Oh, dude, hold on. That's the problem. So I gotta plug something in. Hang on. I was saying before the stream started, part of the reason it was, okay, so before the stream started, I was telling Lauren that I'm like, I'm basically the one-man like production team here with this whole nonsense. So I've got to like, figure out all the technology and produce the whole thing and make sure my stuff is plugged in and everything. It's the one-man show. It's typical shit, right? Like, you guys are used to this with me. I do this with the show. I do this with everything. I don't know why I do this. I don't need to. I ought not to. But here we are. Oh man, this thing is gonna give me trouble today, isn't it? Let me see if I can add a new. Yeah. Why do I do this, friends? Why? Why indeed? Tell me I'm not gonna like have to shut this stream down and like restart it. Ugh. Lame sauce. Oh, maybe not. Hold on. Okay, great. I don't. It works. Oh my God. What's wrong with me here? All right, so I'm good to go, I think. Let's see if my... Just test. I gotta test this thing out here. Okay, I think we're good. Finally. Ay, ay, ay. All right, so we've got... It's been that kind of morning, guys. Are you gambling? Are you gambling in the chat? The gambling has to stop. Stop. I'm going to turn the gambling off. Should I turn the gambling off? What do you think? Turn it off? Okay, I'm turning the gambling off. Just for now. Just for now. Gambling. All right, gambling and duels are off whilst I'm drawing. Today, oh man, I have to tell you guys, by the way, I got in touch with Dave Greco. And like we were just chatting on DM Whispers on Twitch, and like I looked at his his portfolio page, and it's so intimidating. I was like, oh my God, this guy's so talented. He's so good at art. Why am I doing art streams when Dave Greco exists? When he exists in the world, he's so good. I have a proposal. I am gonna propose this to Dave. No joke. I am gonna propose to Dave Greco that we do a stream where he teaches me how to get better at drawing. It's gonna art off. I'm not gonna draw against Dave Greco. No, that would be insane. I want to do, like, I'll do a drawing. I'll do like a piece, like a basic thing. And then I want Dave to help me take it to the next level. Like, especially the coloring. I think, like, I can get the shapes to a place where I'm happy with the shapes. But yeah, the coloring, his coloring is so sick. Okay, so today we've got some requests. My screen is full of windows. I'm just warning you. If I screen share, it's gonna look super bananas. Just so you know. But the first request we had is from LuxFaro __. LuxFaro ___ wants me to try their favorite character from Overwatch, which is Hanzo Shimada. He wants me to draw, she wants me to draw Hanzo. For those of you guys who don't know what Hanzo looks like, that's Hanzo. Okay. So, gonna be interesting. I'll do my best here. Let me see. Hanzo's got like a little bit of an Aquaman thing going on, actually. Let's see what happens here. I want to use this brush. I think I want to change it up today. This one's the super smooth inker. Okay. Let's make that a little bigger. That's too big. Okay, that's all right. So let's see here. Do a kind of situation. There's some sick cosplay going on. Wow. Is this cosplay? I mean, look at that guy. Yeah, all right. I mean, if you can do that, then do it. I don't know if I could do the Janet Jackson one breast out situation. I don't think that's really my move. There's some good. I'm sorry, I'm like taking a minute to like wrap my head around how to draw this character. All right, let's get into it. Let's do something here. Let's see the chat too. There we go. Okay. Yeah, he's got a very square jaw, this gentleman. He's got like his hair is kind of like this. He's got a thick neck too. This dude is like this. Actually, his eye is not that. I'll make his eye sockets too deep. He also has a very like frowny mouth. He's very frowny. He's very serious, this guy. Whoa, what happened to my music? What the hell? It stopped? Why? Oh, because the bird is on the way. Where's my Hanzo? There it is. He also has like a piece of hair that comes down like this. All right. Hanzo's huge. Like, I love these like character, the character drawings from like these video games. These dudes are just like, it's like you thought the Hulk was big. This is his like, what do you call that? What muscle is that? What do you call that? I keep thinking it's not traps, it's delts. Wait, deltoids. Deltoids are on your shoulder. Is that your deltoid? It is? What's under your underside of your shoulder? Connects to the back, from the back of your ribs to your the armpit, the back of the trap. Okay, thank you. We did actually have to do like a lot of anatomy in school. I actually, believe it or not, I had to go to USC Medical Center and USC? I think it was USC Medical Center and do like we opened up a cadaver. We like looked at a body and like the muscles. It was gnarly. And that was just part of my like education. And there, you might be like, well, wait a minute, you're an art student. Why in the world would they be doing, you know, going to the medical center or whatever? It was basically they wanted for the anatomy of the more you understand the anatomy of what's going on underneath a figure, the better your understanding of how to draw it. So like, for example, when I'm drawing a character like this, I'll always be like, okay, the rib cage is here. A rib cage is terminating basically here. Like you'll see me put a line here and do the end of this and like add the rib cage. And then the muscles are going over it, right? Like I know that the pec attaches basically from here on the rib cage to the shoulder here, and then this delt goes over top of that. Your bicep is here, your tricep is back here. These connect down here. I usually accidentally, or maybe sometimes just because it looks good, like this terminates a little bit early because it looks like, to me, it looks stronger, but maybe it's wrong. And then, you know, so on. Like all of these, I know that the elbow should be basically at the end of the rib cage, all this stuff. And there are people that are much better at this anatomy stuff than me, but that is part of like an art, believe it or not, that's like part of an art education. Like at least at Art Center it was, to know the anatomy a little bit. So like that way you can tell, like when he has like a strap, like this like shoulder strap with like bullets on it that goes over his shoulder like this. And I know that because his ribs go down here and his shoulder goes up here, that this is gonna basically, if he was see-through, you'd know that it would go up here to this trap and his shoulder, and wrap over his shoulder here, because this muscle here is going to continue here like this. This collarbone is like this and like this, and that little spot in your neck where these two muscles come together terminates right there. Knowing all that stuff helps a lot when you're drawing. So this is the edge of his, if I now like make it a little darker, that's the edge of his humongous pec. And he's got like this little, like, I think I want him to be kind of like this and like this and this. So that's gonna go there. And he's got a little pouch over here. I think I want this to go a little lower so that it doesn't completely overlap with that piece. We need something active about this guy. He's got a bow. That's part of his deal. Maybe we should like get rid of this arm. Oops. Should get rid of this arm and make him like holding his bow. Probably a good idea. My poses, this is not an awesome pose. Maybe do like that. Here, I'm gonna change colors just so I can kind of get a sense of this arm, this other arm here. I didn't make him. Okay, his hands have to be down the side because I'm not going to redraw this entire body just to make him holding his bow properly. All right. I'm going to go back to black and just put his hands down. I'm going to go back to it because I want to just continue on the path here.
kind of resting his hand on his belt. This little strap here. Okay, and he has, I guess he has like a
Does he have like a robotic arm? Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know that. Oh, it's like is it drink water? I know. Stop. Leave me alone. It's not just water. It's my it's allergies. Yeah, so hi Dave. Dave, I was just saying how Dave, are you in the chat? Or did he just raid? Yeah, you guys told Dave to come over here just to like intimidate me. Dave is super intimidating. Dave, I have a proposition for you if you are truly in the chat. I told the fans here in the chat that I'm your art's insane, and I was like, why am I even doing art streams at all when Dave Greco exists? Why would I even? Why? And the answer is because I like to do it and because I want to get better. And I was thinking, my proposal is we should do a stream together where you teach me, like I'll take a basic sketch and you teach me how to go from that thing, which is, it's a drawing, it's all right, to something. You help me take it to the next level. You teach me, especially the coloring, like some of that process would be just awesome. I would love to do that. So if you're down, let's do it. Thanks. Dave says he's down. We'll get in touch offline here and figure out how to make that happen. Like I've got some basics. Like I know some things. I went to school for this. It's just that I don't do it all the time, and I'm rusty. I've gotten rusty with it. So I'm always trying to learn. Like I know that this one, for example, when I look at this thing that I'm doing right now, it's a very static kind of piece. Like this is Hanzo. What's his name? Hanzo Shimada. In like conversation with somebody. It's not like he's not like, this is not an exciting pose, right? So that's what I'm looking for. Let's get his face. Let's make a cooler face to this guy. He does have like basically a black beard. Like let's just go ahead and do it. Let's put it all in there. Let's just do it. Why not? I like this brush. I wasn't using this brush. I stopped using this brush and I like it. It's nice, the scribbly thing going on. I didn't like that line at all.
I like that face. Maybe his eyes need to be a little more eye. Eyes might be a little too beady. He doesn't like what he's hearing right now. Whatever's happening in this conversation, he's not a fan. Somebody's talking shit. Let's see here. I'm trying to figure out how they make his hair connect to the rest of his. It's kind of just like that. I mean,
And then he's kind of got like a
situation like this. Kind of like that.
a little bit.
Now I didn't do his flowing like sash thing. He's got like a sash behind him. Actually, why don't we just do this? His hair's supposed to be dark. I'm gonna make it super scribbly.
This record is dedicated to all lovers of the 808.
Yes. Who needs a sample when I can just do the vocal myself? I did make him look really Asian, didn't I? He's not as Asian as I made him look. Cool. Let's do it. Oops. Catch the play. Okay, so wait a minute. I don't have a clear idea of what's going on with his hand. Is it like a robotic hand? Does he have a robotic hand? Hanzo! I can't see your arm in any of these pictures. You're hiding it. That's kind of, is it a glove? I don't know. Okay, there's something cyborgish about it, but I don't know. Let's do this. Put a little of that on there. And then something like this. And then it's separate from this piece, which will go down here. And then that'll go like this. This is this. not knowing anything else about how that this piece is supposed to look, I'm just going to kind of leave it like that for now. Know that this is down here. We think his shoulder is big enough. Somebody wrote, this is Joe Han in 1,000 Suns times. Dude, you guys have no idea. Joe in like like college times, that dude was ripped. You did not want to mess with Joe Han in high school, basically. Nipple. Gotta indicate it. Gotta put it somewhere. Say where it is. I want you all to imagine what it's like. Some of you don't need to imagine. Going into your first day of figure drawing class in college, where you know that part of the day, that actually the whole day is drawing naked people with a class of 25 other people, and there's no telling what kind of model is going to be there. You're new to the school, you're new to the class, you're new to the experience. You've drawn naked people before, because that's one of the prerequisites to get into school. You have to submit a portfolio of figure drawings, but you're going in with a bunch of other artists that you're pretty sure are more experienced. Crazy. All right, so this is Hanzo. It's just chilling right here, having a conversation that he doesn't want to be a part of. And he's just been offended. He's just been offended. Can't believe what he's hearing. Now, keep in mind, he has tattoos too that go like basically from about here. Oops, I don't want to do that. like this.
Oh, does it not cover his nipple?
I guess he didn't tattoo his nipple, which is standard maneuver.
So his tattoo goes down there, and then it goes all the way to the wrist. I'm not going to draw all this tattoo stuff, am I? No. But he does have it. It basically does go like this down here. He has like this fish shape. It goes, and you make that curve because I indicated this like bicep there. You got to make the shape curve over the bicep. Like it's got to follow the shape of the arm. Not a perfect situation right now, but it's at least we know that the arm curves. And then there's another shape like that down here that kind of goes a similar way. Okay. So all that area that I just did, like that's all tattoo. I think this is actually supposed to be fabric. So probably a good idea to indicate some of that as well. Yeah. Let's make him even more mad. He could be even more angry. Now he's pissed. How dare you? All right. Yeah. So I think that's good for a Hanzo for today. Should I take this part out? Just get a little fun. I'll just beef up the outline here. Kind of nice to have a thick outline on something like this. His nose might need a little extra. That adds more, like, from far away I can tell that it's like, what's going on with his face. A little shading. How about a little shadow under here? A little shadow under there.
thing. This is a shadow. All right. A little weird shadow, but that's okay. No biggie. No biggie. Hold on, let me just get this in a position to do some more over this. I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll try it. That looks pretty good. All right. Keep going on this, or what? How about a circle behind him? And what should we do? Looking for some inspiration, some of these references. Oh, you know what I didn't do is his sash thing. Hold, please. I gotta find a good look at his sash. Oh, it's really small. It's got like two of them. One, and then this is the other. That's the other sash piece. Oops. So just to be clear, this is the sash. This is. Okay. And then they come out down here. All right. He's on some kind of, I don't know what this background is, but he needs something. something in the background. Cool, fun. Doop. Let's try something new. Let's try something different. Sign it, Mike. Sign it. Next one. Next idea. Susan Blackwell. Susan Blackwell wanted to see a Dia de los Muertos Chihuahua. Wow. That's kind of awesome. Let me just look up. How am I going to do this on a little Chihuahua face? All right. Let's find a little Chihuahua look here. How you guys feel good about this? It's a good idea, right? Chihuahuas are basically like, I'm just gonna do the head. I just want to do his head, actually. They're like basically, oh, yikes. Like I gotta leave room for the ears. Like, so if that's the head, actually maybe a little rounder than that. So if that's the head, I'll leave room for the ears. Let's see, they've got like a little nose. Let's say this is the nose. Like that. Okay. And then big eyes. We'll do anime, kind of like anime eyes. And then the ears, those huge, humongous ears. Right? And then they're kind of like, they're kind of fuzzy. Okay, so that's my Chihuahua shape. He's serious. He's a little serious because he's about to be decorated. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna do this on a different layer just in case I don't like it. So let's do circles around the eyes. With those like these guys around it. And then Lots of flower shapes going on these Dia de los Muertos face paints. But also, like, you've got to have, like, the vines. And probably leaves. And then oftentimes around the mouth. That. And then other shapes. This is pretty funny. I'm not looking at the chat. How are we? Is it good? It's a. All right, cool. Let me just find. I gotta find a. So in this layer, I want to get rid of these lines here. Basically that. Color his nose again. Let's give him some detail on his face. Ah, what the hell? These a little bigger. Those lines. Okay, cool. was like not moving. Okay. He needs, I think we need to finish the details on his, like, now that I've got his, like, shape of his face. We need to get the details of his, makeup. Dude, dripped coffee on this. All right. It's funny. Why don't I actually just do? There. Just make those black as well. Maybe his flattening it here. His chin is funny. There. That's better.
Just needs something on the side of his head. How about a flower? Another flower.
Some of these have like an extra line like this. Just a detail. All right, Chihuahua. That's my new profile pic. Maybe so. Maybe so. That's a good idea. These little clean up these little lines. Next week, I'm thinking of leaving the house. Haven't really left the house very much. Might go for a little mini vacation. And I'll take the stream with me. You guys will get to come on vacation with me. You want to do that? I was thinking of doing like, I could do like when I do recording stuff on the road, I have like a little mini rig of recording stuff. So maybe I could do, I'll see if I can do, like if I can put together like a, that's cool. A little extra hair. Maybe this one should just actually be, his eyes are too wobbly now that they're next to this. Now that I really see them next to this. Very straight. Here, let's do that. It's just that the outside of that, like, eye shape is so straight. Makes me want to like clean up every single line in this and like straighten everything out. Oh, weird. I could get wobbly right there. That's strange. All right, I think we're good. I think we're done. What's the next thing? Chihuahua signature. Next one. Next.
Redemption. So that one was Susan Blackwell. This one I'm just gonna do super sketchy. Mr. Peppa Park wanted me to do a picture of us. He played guitar with us on stage at one point, and I'm gonna do a very sketchy rendition of that.
Let's say he's right here. This is gonna be funny. this is gonna be me. That's me. That's a hat. Doesn't look like a hat. There. Now it's a little more of a hat. And then that's what I look like. I think I had a guitar. This is the back side of the guitar. That's my hand. I think I'm gonna move me over to make more room for Peppa Park. He's got his glasses on. Oh, you want to see what he looks like? Oh, bummer. That's you guys. Wait, where's the thingy? Here we go. That's Peppa Park. All right. So that's what I'm trying to accomplish here. Yes, but screen. Have I not been showing you screen the entire time? Oh, now we're in the chat. Bummer. Okay, wait, hold on. Are we on the drawing now? Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm sorry. I was just sitting here trying to get the Peppa Park. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay, now that's me. Okay. Now you can enjoy the drawing of me with my guitar. So here's Peppa Park. There's his glasses. And he is also very focused and rocking out. Oh, I'm gonna do the these are the teeth, like the way they did teeth on like Punch Out back in the day. That's how they did the teeth. He's got a very thick neck, Peppa Park does. These are his fingers going all crazy, playing the super difficult and complicated riffs of Linkin Park. That's a very misshapen arm. That's actually okay. I want it to be misshapen, that's fine. That's a hand. And a thumb. I kind of want to make his guitar more metal than the Strat that he was actually playing. Maybe a little more metal. Oh my god, this guitar is already so bad. What the hell is going on here? Yes, look at that thing. Super tough. And it's even got a lightning bolt on it. Dang. That thing is intense, bro. Let's make his arm a little thicker. He is rocking out right here. His arm is all misshapen. That's funny. Oh, let's not do that though. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. He's like way down here. All right. This is him sweating. This is me spitting. Nice. Oh, my beard? His beard. Both beards. All right, fine. I can't do my beard. It'll look weird. So we'll just artistic liberties here. No beard. There. That's pretty funny, actually. It's a pretty funny picture. That is absurd. All right. There you go, Peppa Park. Enjoy. Let's do one more. Let's see what we got here. Should we take a break and do some questions? We'll do questions. We'll do questions. Sometimes I feel like doing questions in the middle, but then I realize that some people show up at the end for the questions and then they'll miss the ones in the middle. And I know beard. I don't want to do beard. No, I don't want to do beard. I'll show you why. I'll show you why. I don't think it's gonna look good. I'll try it, but I don't think it's good. It's gonna look good. Well, first of all, you don't have beard on your lip, and that's lip right there. So like, I think that looks weird. I don't like that. See? Oh shit. Screen. I need a producer. So that's why I don't want beard. It looks weird. Better. No beard. Maybe I could do like a piece of beard. Almost like here. No, it doesn't look like beard. All right. I'm not grumpy. I just don't think it looks good. I don't want to do beard. I'll sign it. All right. What was the last one here? Ooh, this is a tough one. Big Boss Nando wants Russell from the Gorillas. Nando. Russell from the Gorillas. Wow, that's a tough one. So Russell is the big dude, the big guy. Wait, he is? Yeah, Murdoch's the little guy. Yeah, so Russell. You know what I love about
what's homeboy's name who draws these? Tank Girl guy. Is it Jamie Hewlett? Yeah, I think so. His drawing style is so rad, and he does the teeth all crazy. Here, let me show you what I mean. And hopefully I won't forget to put the thing back on the iPad capture. But those teeth are great, man. Like, so messed up and good. He's got one gold tooth and his teeth are all crooked and weird. His drawings are great. I love those. Okay. I need, you know, part of the problem is I don't have a quick key for iPad capture at this point. Oh! No, I didn't do it. B, yeah, A. And I don't have the iPad capture. Okay, maybe I could just add that real quick. Let me find out. Let me find out. It's supposed to do it. Huh. He doesn't want to do it. All right. Yeah. Okay. So, Russell. Come on, Russell. Here we go. All right. Russell. What if I do my version of Russell? The shape of him is like, he's kind of like this shape, and like this, and then his mouth is like this, and his little nose is out like that, and he's got a hat like this, and too big, and his little eyes are somewhere over there. That's a good start for Russell, right? And then he's like doing like right? So let's make Let's make a new layer. Make this cooler. That's his tongue. How's that? Rare rolls. D smooth. Rare rolls.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, I think I'm done on this guy here. Should we do some questions? Call it a day. Wrap it up. Made some cool things today. That's funny. All right. Chihuahua. Yeah, Chihuahua is probably the new profile pic. That's probably happening. To be honest, TBH. Yeah. So like it's a thing. I'm actually going to put this in its normal position is down here under the camera, because that's so I can put the pictures. Sorry, so I can put the questions on it. So that's what I'll do. But yeah, that was super fun. These are all good suggestions. Some of you guys know I narrowed down. I made the request, the like submission, not process, but like my end of like the request for how to do the art submissions. Made that a little more specific because I wanted to, because of this, like because if I reeled them in a little bit, then I have a better shot at making a drawing that is I like. And I want to like the drawings too. So, you know, so that's a thing, liking the drawing. Let's look at some questions here. What do we got? We got 3 pages of questions. Yeah. I've got one from RGB mode says that like apologized if the Tetsuo drawing was a little uncomfortable. It wasn't uncomfortable. I just wanted to do a better job. And I did an okay job. It was fine. It was fine. But like for me, Akira and Tetsuo is like such a like the I don't know. Not pressure isn't the right word, but I really like it. So I really like Akira. So I wanted to do a good job. What jam is this? This one was, I called it Sidechain Gang. Oh, I didn't sign the last one. I'll see if I can remember to. Hey Siri. Come on. In 30 minutes, remind me to sign my drawings.
Thanks, Siri. Let's see what else we've got here. Big Bad Dave. Wait, I lost it. Lost the question. Uh-oh. Facette asks if there's a way to send me and or the band a postcard. I don't think we have anything set up like that. So probably not. It's probably I just wouldn't do it. Sorry to be. We appreciate the stuff you guys make. I don't think we've set up anything like that because it would be probably would be a lot to deal with. It's also bad for the environment. So to receive a whole bunch of postcards, that is assuming that enough people care that it would be bad for the environment. But it was Katie Don't's birthday, apparently. So happy birthday to Katie Don't. I'm sure it was your birthday a couple days ago, and I missed it. But I hope you had a good one. Gonna refund that. I'm not gonna take Shinoda bucks from you for that. Amber M. Grindstaff says, when your Corona Jams are all released, can we have a listening party? Sure. That would be fun. Let's do that. Amber, that is a great... that's a great suggestion. Amber M. Stuff. Duly noted. I've noted it on the purple paper. That's how you know it's official, that I will remember it. Actually, that's not official. I don't remember. It's just so much going on in life, isn't there? Katie Don't is ugly crying because of a happy birthday. Don't ugly cry. It's not possible for you, Katie Don't. You can't ugly cry. You can only beautiful cry. Let's see here. Mario. Let's see Mario's questions. Hello, Mike. Between Machine MK3 and Ableton Push, which is more useful? Also, between Hybrid Theory and Meteora, which one is closer to your soul? They are both close to my soul. They're equally close to my soul. And in terms of these units, this depends on which one you want to use and want to dive into. I got into the Machine first, and then Ableton later. And I'm not super like, haven't gone super deep on like clips and clip launching and stuff like that on here. I did it for like a week and then I have forgotten what I did. So it's cool though. I would recommend either machine. What was this? Hey, Mike. Oh, Yuri Lacerda says, hey, Mike, could you talk about the Street Soldier art? We made, when we were doing the art for Hybrid Theory, I remember the label put us in the room with, they introduced us. We told them that the art for the album was going to be important, just an art for the band in general. And because Joe and I both went to art school and we didn't consider ourselves like, we weren't going to necessarily do our own art, but we cared a lot about what it looked like. We realized that we were just out of art school, and somebody who's been working in graphic design or illustration or photography for many years and does that all day, every day, is probably going to be a better choice to actually create the art. Met with the head of the art department. they submitted a few. They showed us a few roughs of things that they might do for us, and we didn't love them. Like, it was not an immediate like match. And we told them, we realized that this guy named Frank had done all the Deftones art, and that was starting to look really cool. And like between from the first album to the second album, and then like we'd seen a couple other like things they had done. And Frank we were like, he works for Maverick, which is like related to, it's in the same umbrella as Warner. Can we get that guy? And they were like, yeah, we'll talk to, probably so. So we kind of poached Frank from a different part of the company. And Joe and I worked with Frank. And one of the things that we wanted to do was like the stuff like Shepard Fairey and Banksy were still underground and starting to become a little more well-known. And we loved that stuff. What would eventually become, street art. And it was mostly stencil-based stuff at the time. So we were like, we want to do stencil art for our cover. And so I ended up drawing the soldier, and Frank ended up adding the wings. And when we had that combination together, we really liked it. He sprayed, I drew it and asked him to like stencil it to like figure out how that's supposed to look and get, look best on when reduced and with the texture and everything. And he did it. We just loved how it had that like the toughness of the soldier with the like other soft element of the wings. Let's see, another question. Cope07 says, I will donate money to charity if you draw a logo for my new real estate business. I'm sorry, you Cope. You need to do that. I'm not gonna draw your real estate business logo. There are people who are better at doing that anyway. And if you want to do I don't know. It's not something I want to do. Appreciate you asking though. That's a great question. Hold on one second. I just gotta copy this thing. Try to get this out of my question. Oh no. So we may not watch this whole thing. There's a video. Hold on. There's kiddos jamming to Linkin Park. The hands. They're throwing hands. Look at that. Oh my God. So that was that was submitted by Wonder Woman Lulu, who is Layla. And those are apparently her kids jamming out to Linkin Park in the car. Don't please. I tell you what, guys, don't send in a whole bunch of videos of your. We'll do something where you could submit videos or whatever later. But now is not the time, and I can't be just like I can't be just showing stuff on the channel just in case. I don't know what's in it. I don't know if I'll get a copyright claim, even though it's my stuff. It's Linkin Park stuff. It's not, copyright is not like open. You can't play it on a channel and have it posted on Twitch. So even though it's me, it doesn't matter. All right, so Shen sent me a link to music. They're doing like a beat battle. I'm not going to post that, but if you guys want, I'm going to give you your Shinoda bucks back. Shen the Genius is saying that, just so you guys know, Mindrew and Shen the Genius are doing a Corona Jam battle. They're making their own like tracks. So go check them out. Find them in the chat and look at the link and stuff. 101 Nemesis says, was there a reason I'll Be Gone was released instead of Primo? Because he likes Primo better. Primo was a version. So every song, just like these, has like, you know, like working title, like a rough title, a demo title, and the Primo was the working title, demo title of what it became. I'll Be Gone. Primo, that long version of Primo was basically like what that was a long epic version of what that song could sound like. So if you look it up on YouTube or whatever, I'm sure it's around. Did we release Primo on an LPU? Right? Didn't we? So it was a version of the same song, right? If I'm remembering it. It's been so long. LPU 13. Yeah. So, yeah, as I recall, it was just a version. We went down this path, and then the guys kind of didn't want to do that with the song, and then they went over here. The way it would always happen is like they would. I would bring in a demo. Generally, so there's tons of exceptions to this rule, but the general process, like in very loose terms, would be the following. Generally, especially in later years, generally I would bring in a demo of a song and play it for the guys, and a lot of times I would sing the parts that would be Chester's parts, and they weren't finished and whatever. There was sometimes they'd be completely changed. Other times it was like almost exactly the thing. He would just sing it, and other times I left blank spots where I would want him to write something or us to write something together. So I'd bring in the track as complete as I could to that point, and then the band would listen to my most recent demos. Sometimes in the beginning of an album process, I'd have a lot of them. I might have 25 things. And I'd be like, okay, here's what I'm starting with. Like, what do you like and what do you don't like? What do you not like? And they would on some albums, they would rate them from 1 to 5 or A through F or whatever. They'd give some kind of rating. Other ones, it was just like, I like this, I don't like this. Here's some loose criticisms and whatever, and things I like and don't like. And then I'd go back on the ones that everyone agreed had the most promise. I'd go spend so we do that on a Monday. I'd spend that day and the rest of the week improving those songs. Brad would be in there some of that time, and the other guys would show up if they felt like they had something to contribute, or if they were curious about how things are going, or if I called them in. Like if I said, Rob, I need you to come in and play drums on this thing or whatever. And then we do that like every week or two. So we'd vote on them again, and that was how we would repeat that process until the record was done. So that's basically the format. So that gives you a sense of how demos like Primo existed, and they changed over time because the guys were like, I like this, I don't like this. Okay, so let's find another question. Can you tell? So Mokate or Mokate9 says, oh my God. Can you tell us something about LP demo 72? And then you list all kinds of like chord progressions and stuff. I have no idea what any of that means. I'm can't follow that question, so I'm gonna return your Shinoda box. Let's see here. MCell says, greetings from Lithuania. What are you thinking of when you're on stage? People trying to grab you and stuff, they said. I don't know. It's usually like the question that makes me think of that I've gotten a lot over the years is like, how do you play the same songs, regularly all the time on a tour and not get like burnt out on them or tired of playing them or whatever? Or maybe the question is like, are you still excited playing, in the end for the millionth time? And usually I'm not thinking about playing it. Like I'm more focused on the connection to the crowd and like what is going on between me and you. Not like playing the song. The song is almost like just a vessel to like have the experience. So I'm not really thinking about the song. So it doesn't bother me playing. It doesn't even occur to me that I'm playing it again. It's just, part of the show. Molten Core X that says, "Hey Mike, it's been a long time LP fan, but never got a chance to meet any of y'all. Super lucky to get to talk to one of my favorite people through streams. Keep up the good work." So yeah, what a nice comment. Thank you. Thanks for that. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's fun for me too. Selly LP says, Mike, of the LPU demos released so far, which one would you choose to rework for a new album? Like, which is the best one? I don't know. I don't know what that would be. Primo is a good one. That is actually a good one. What were some other ones? Cumulus was an old one. That's pretty good. No Roads Left was not an LPU demo. I mean, technically not really. Yeah. I don't know. Boxing Out says, incoming online article, LOL. Yeah, how's that? Like anything, you guys got to be careful what you say and repost because these ridiculous people. I was just self-editing. That was me editing just now in my head. These ridiculous people will take something you say and I'll be honest, it really it's so annoying to it's annoying, that situation of saying something and having it being taken out of context and made into clickbait is so annoying that it makes me want to not be on social media at all. There are times when it pops into my head, I should not even be on Twitch, on Instagram, on Twitter, on anything at all. I don't want to do it. I hate it. I hate them taking my words out of context. And part of it is not because the individual article bothers me. It's the idea of the snowball that I've seen happen to other people where they did or say something, they did or said something, and then it rolled out of their control and it wasn't even about the thing that they said. It had nothing, everyone just again, it turned into cancel culture. It turns into just hearsay and all that. And maybe one of the things that keeps me from just shutting this all down is the fact that you guys will then go in and attack them and be like, you are an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. So thank you for doing that. It is helpful, even if it feels like, super annoying. Yeah, it is helpful because it lets, when somebody sees that and they look in the comments, they go, oh, this is bullshit. And second, it hopefully makes that journalist or that outlet less likely to do it the next time because they get a serious negative reaction. Hopefully. So annoying, man. Aline LP fan says, thank you for the post-traumatic tour. I went to 16 shows in 7 countries and sang along to every word. If you could only sing one line from now on, what would it be? Oh, I would never be able to answer that question. One line. It would be wizard. That'd be the line. It would be muy caliente. That's it for the rest of my life. Somebody's like, what's your favorite lyric? Muy caliente. All right. Official stealth mode says, Mike, I love the streams. Can you please give a shout out to my brother Lambros for his birthday? Lambros, happy birthday. I know that it's not today, but 4M3RO says, Mike, a big thank you for your music. I'm a huge LP and FM fan since 8 years old, and I'm 22. May I ask you, what's the song you're proudest of, except for Waiting for the End? Love from Italy. Well done. Well done. What am I proud of? Proud of is an interesting way to put it. Kenji, maybe? Because it was like, I knew that nobody else was going to make that song, right? So, and I was like, oh, I'm in a position to talk about this that people don't talk about because it's about Japanese internment. Who else is going to make a song like that? Especially a rap song in a weird meter. Anyway. All right. All right, let's see here. I'm losing my questions. Barb JH says, why don't you read the questions that aren't questions? They usually have something lovely to say about you. I'm doing better with that, Barb JH. I'm reading them. It's like, you're spending your Shinoda bucks on a question, but that's very nice. I appreciate that. I am reading them. For example, oh no, this is a question and a shout out. Melodical Madness says, first of all, can you give my friend Magica a shout out? She admires you a lot. My question is, if you could step in someone's shoes for a day, who would it be? Ooh, that's so interesting. I would step in just for a day. Wow. That is such an interesting question. Maybe I'd step in Trump's shoes for a day and fire myself. Irreparably step down from being the president and say, no matter what happens tomorrow, fire me now. Just let me go. There are meaner ways to answer that question, but I won't do it. Thanks for the question, though. Oh, Moon. What is this? Hi, Moon. Thanks for the stream. Moon HMZ. Thanks for the streams. They keep me safe and sane. In your 20 years in the industry, especially when touring, did you ever have to call out sketchy, creepy, or predatory behavior you ever saw dudes do? Did I ever have to call it out? Have I ever done that publicly? In a way, I know you're asking in general, like privately or whatever. I mean, there's certainly constant, like, in touring, you've got a big group of people from a lot of different walks of life in your crew and around the band and in the other openers and stuff. And I do know that if I ever heard something like inappropriate, I did at some point get in the habit of just telling somebody that's not cool. Like, I remember hearing like a joke that was like not at one time, but like I remember hearing jokes that were kind of racist or and I knew that they were just playing around with being edgy and whatever, not from bands or whatever, from crew members. And that happened. If that happens a couple times, like it occurs to you, like, you know what, this is my production, like this is our band and our reputation, and no fucking way. So that was like, you know, something that at a certain point it was important to, like, when that happened, even if the person was screwing around, and be like, dude, that's not funny. Don't joke like that. And if somebody really pushed back and was like, no, I'm just kidding, that's not racist, I'd like, no, actually it is, and actually this is our tour and you're our representative and our employee, so if you do it again, like, you're representing us incorrectly and inappropriately, and if it happens again, like, we can talk about it or we can fire you. Like, I'm not joking. So yeah, that happened off stage. And I know that Chester said my favorite story about Chester calling somebody out on stage is when there was like a girl crowd surfing and guys were like grabbing her, like groping her, and he's like, how dare you, that's fucking this and fucking that, and he's just like, that's just how he would always talk on stage. But he goes like, how would you girls like it if did he say if I was crowd surfing and you grabbed me, or if he said like if you're crowd surfing and I grabbed you? And the girls were all like, yeah. And he was like, no, wait. I mean, and we were just shaking our heads like, yeah, that backfired. Our Adarsh Jamwar asks, LP's my inspiration. I'm working on my first album. My question is, what inspired the Holly color scene in the Catalyst? Thanks for the streams. You just nail all the genres. Thanks. That scene was Joe's idea. He was directing the video for the Catalyst, and Joe had this. He just had the idea for it. We were like, oh, that's so cool. I don't even know if I knew really what that was. If I had never really seen seen Holly, Holy. So that was super cool, super fun. And also very hard to breathe. Barb JH says, thank you being as kind, sweet, and genuine as you are. Thank you for being Chester's safety net all those years. Barb JH. That's the whole message. I don't know that I would consider myself a safety net for Chester or anybody else, but we certainly all did our best to have each other's backs. One of the most underrated versions, by the way, of that is just like keeping each other in check in a way where if you were being, it's almost like how a group of friends, like when somebody does something, I don't know, something like 1% off like when a kid is, this is a kid version that's more obvious. Like when a kid is trying out pushing boundaries, or like a kid is trying out, hey, I'm going to be sassy to my parent, or I'm going to be rude, or I'm going to bully, like just a little bit. Oh, hey, Raiders. We're talking about social dynamics. Social dynamics, but not only in Linkin Park, like band social dynamics, but like in general, like you know, people like play around in friend groups, like play around with like, you know, I'm going to act this way and see what my reaction is. And we all would do that to each other. I think bands in general do that. I think healthy at their best, healthy friend dynamics, like groups of people, do this a little bit. When somebody says something that's like out of character and kind of weird, then you kind of go like, whoa, where did that come from? Like, why'd you say that? And they're like, oh, I don't know why I said that. And you're like, that was so rude, or that was so mean. And that's an example of like this really subtle, like recorrection. It's like, you're a nice person. The thing you just said was not that nice. And like, I noticed it. And the person goes, oh yeah. What they're saying is, oh yeah, I guess it wasn't. Thanks for pointing that out. Right. That happened a lot in our band, and like with other, I mean, I think it happens with a lot of groups of friends and people. Raiders, we're answering questions in the chat. You can earn Shinoda bucks. And if you get Shinoda bucks, you can do things like ask a question or request a style of music for me to do on the stream. And so right now we're answering questions. Right now, or next up, we've got a question from Apura Vikare. I don't even know. Is that Apuravkhare? Sorry if I butchered your name. How did you guys come up with the puzzles announcing the Catalyst single and 1,000 Suns? They were a great way to promote the album and also got me more involved in the LP community. I mean, we've always been doing like around releases, like puzzles and scavenger hunts and stuff like that. Like it's always been a thing. I don't remember a band doing it before us where we went like, oh, let's do that. I think, and you could ask Adam Reamer from Warner or Lorenzo. Adam was there first. And we really came up with a lot of these with Adam. But as I recall, it was like, you know, kind of within the band, we all had this idea to like, first we did like little teases and puzzles and mysteries. And then we made them more complicated, and then we made them more complicated. And it's like all of a sudden, we were putting out like, at one point we put out a visual around that time. It might've been for the Catalyst, where we hid a message, a code inside the visual, and you would have to, in order to see the code, you'd have to take the visual and put it in Photoshop and tweak the colors, and then you'd see the thing. And we thought maybe the fans would never see it, and we thought that maybe it would take somebody like a week to figure it out, and it took them less than a day. Like they saw it. Katie Don't was there when you saw that when that happened, right? It was around the Catalyst time, I think. And it was like, boom, the fans saw it and they were like, oh, this means either this or that, or we figured out the album title, or we figured out this single imagery, or whatever. All these things were happening like that. And dude, it was like our fans have always been so fast to crack a code or hack a contest. It's always been like just signature part of the Linkin Park fan culture. And by the way, yeah, shout out to like 21 Pilots and Imagine Dragons, and Grandson is doing it now a little bit. Like those guys have taken that and gone to a different level with it, like of complexity. I haven't followed all their things because I don't have time in my life to like crack all those puzzles. But I do know that they do them and that it's been a thing. I don't know if they know that where it comes from in terms of the history of it, but certainly like those guys have taken it and gone a whole nother level with it. All right, one more question. Let's see. Have you ever? Hangout Delight Show have you guys ever had? Hangout Delight Show says, "Hey Mike, have you ever had to cancel shows because you or the band had injuries or got sick?" Oh, have you? Because you or band members got sick besides Chester's injuries? Much love from Germany. Our joke was always that like if we were gonna cancel the show, like it would take like Chester basically breaking a major bone or like some major injury, because like minor injury, like he'd break a bone in the middle of a show and still do the show. He broke his like ankle at one point and like did a bunch of shows. I mean, some people are, he was injury prone, partially because he was really active, and also because he was just very, like, he had a very, like, energetic way about him. So people who are, if you think about it, like if you move like Rob Borden, if you move slowly and in life, like physically move through the world slowly and deliberately, then you're less likely to slip and fall on something, right? Or to tweak a muscle on whatever. And if you move like Chester in life, then you're more likely to trip and fall on something. It's just, that's how it is. So that played out in real life with injuries and stuff. Because the other thing is, like, if you're gonna have like somebody like get sick and stop a show for being sick, it's gonna be the vocalist, right? And generally, when I've been really sick, I am almost always still able to rap. And then I could like lean on Chester for the singing parts. I could just be like, look, I'll do my best on these harmonies, but you may notice like my harmonies I'll just hold back on some of the harmonies, and just because I can't hit the notes today. And he'd be like, that's fine. But if it was the other way around, he could sing to a degree, but couldn't. If Chester's voice, if he was cracking and whatever on notes, like you'd notice it. Generally, he'd sing through them anyway, though. He just would do it. Even if the notes cracked or his voice went out, like he'd just try, and he didn't want you to miss your show. He wanted you to still have the show. So that was, I mean, and it's very unusual, right? To be able to push through things like that. Like, I don't think, certainly if Adele gets sick, she can't just push through a show. Like, it's the style of her singing that it won't work. So, that is what it is. All right. So, great seeing you guys on the chat. Great stream today. We made some fun drawings. I will put those on Instagram for you, so you can color them. And next week, I told you this week was going to be a fun week. I think we did some really fun and different things this week. Next week is going to be even better. Whoa. Brace yourselves for even better. I have to call my mom today. I'm looking at my calendar. I have to call my mom today. Because my grandmother who passed away, God, what year did she pass away? She was 99 when she passed away. Was it 2 years ago now? It was her birthday today, so I'm gonna call my mom, make sure she's cool. Please do go check out and stream my remix for RenForShort's I Drive Me Mad on all streaming services. Support it. Share it with your friends. Put it on your playlists. Tell everybody about it. We're not like somehow or not. I think they missed putting it in the new releases category on Spotify and Apple, which concerns me. So you guys got to give it a little love and make sure they see it. And if you can support it anyway, then please do. Next week, besides having a dentist appointment, it's going to be a good week, you guys. It's going to be good. Oh, so fun. Just telling you. I'm warning you. I'm not sure if I can do Animal Crossing tonight. I did switch my phone to dark mode for you guys. I know my tweet was I was like so stoked that I got to make that scary tweet. You guys were like, oh shit, what did Mike do? What happened? Why is he apologizing? Oh no, what is this tweet? Oh, you son of a bitch. It's just about switching from light mode to dark mode. Dark mode. Yes, and I even dark moded my background. Dark mode, dark mode. So I'm out of here. You guys are cool. You guys are cool. These are cool. Oof. Okay. This is a song request for Monday. It is G. Goncalves, who has suggested Red Hot Chili Peppers. Oh, thank God. Oh, how weird. Of course these two are on top. I just showed this to my friend, and I knew these were on top. I just threw them back in the bowl. Because I told my friend about these, and then we both agreed like this is a great mashup. Red Hot Chili Peppers and Prince, Morris Day and the Time style. So funky. It's gonna be a funky Monday. Should I? Oh. All right. So Lincoln Burt 84, by the way, was the one that suggested Prince. And the one I grabbed just now is Lift Others 320, Wild Card, Wombat, Scream Sound. I don't know what a wombat sounds like. I don't know, but I do know that we're going to have a funky Monday. So have a good weekend. Brace yourselves for some funk this Monday. It's going to be epic. I don't know what a wombat sounds like. I might have to just do it with my voice. That's my wombat. We're rating Dave Greco. Have a great weekend. I'm out. 10 seconds till raid. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.